Did you know that Bitcoin mining consumes more electricity annually than the entire country of Argentina? It's a staggering fact that underscores the enormous energy requirements of this digital phenomenon. Bitcoin mining isn't simply about creating new Bitcoins. It's a complex process that involves solving intricate mathematical problems and performing countless energy-intensive operations. This process, while seemingly virtual, has a very real impact on our world. The electricity used in mining a single Bitcoin could power an average American household for over a year. And this isn't just about the energy consumption. There's also the question of where this electricity comes from, raising concerns about the environmental footprint of Bitcoin mining. But before we get ahead of ourselves, let's take a step back. We'll start at the beginning, explaining what Bitcoin mining is, how it works, and why it's so important to the functioning of the Bitcoin network. Intrigued? Well, brace yourself as we dive into the fascinating world of Bitcoin mining. So, what exactly is Bitcoin mining, you ask? Well, let's break it down. Bitcoin mining is a crucial process that enables the Bitcoin network to function. It's a bit like a gigantic puzzle-solving competition, where powerful computers from all over the world race to solve complex mathematical problems. Why do they do this? Well, the first computer to solve each problem gets to add a new block of transactions to the Bitcoin blockchain. This is a transparent, public ledger that records every single Bitcoin transaction that's ever taken place. But what does mining have to do with all of this? Think of it like mining for gold. Just as miners dig into the earth to uncover precious metal, Bitcoin miners use their computers to solve these mathematical problems. And just as gold miners are rewarded for their efforts with shiny nuggets, Bitcoin miners are rewarded with new Bitcoins. This is how new Bitcoins are created. It's a process known as proof of work, and it's essential for the functioning of the Bitcoin network. Every 10 minutes or so, a new problem is released, and the race begins anew. The difficulty of these problems adjusts automatically to ensure that a new block is added to the blockchain approximately every 10 minutes, regardless of how many miners are participating. This process is not just about creating new Bitcoins, though. It's also about verifying the transactions that are included in each new block. By solving the mathematical problem, the winning miner proves that they've checked all the transactions for validity. So, Bitcoin mining serves two essential purposes. It creates new Bitcoins, and it secures the Bitcoin network by verifying transactions. It's a complex, fascinating process that combines elements of cryptography, economics, and computer science. And it's the beating heart of the Bitcoin network, ensuring that it remains secure, transparent, and free from the control of any central authority. Now that you have a basic understanding of what Bitcoin mining is, let's delve into how it works. The process of Bitcoin mining might seem complicated, but fret not, we'll break it down for you. First off, let's start with the role of the miners. You see, Bitcoin miners play a crucial role in the Bitcoin network. Their job is to ensure the integrity and security of transactions. Miners do this by verifying the information in each transaction, checking for any inconsistencies or fraudulent activity. This verification process involves complex mathematical calculations, so it's not as easy as it sounds. Once the transactions are verified, they are grouped together into a block. This block is then added to the blockchain, a public ledger that contains the history of all Bitcoin transactions. The creation of a new block is like adding a new page to a ledger or a new link to a chain. But here's the catch. Before a new block can be added to the blockchain, miners must solve a complex mathematical problem. This problem is so complicated that it can't be solved through guesswork. It requires serious computational power. This is where the competition comes in. Miners around the world compete to solve this mathematical problem. The first one to crack it gets the right to add the new block to the blockchain. And their reward? A certain number of Bitcoins, of course. But don't think it's easy to get your hands on these Bitcoins. The difficulty level of the mathematical problem adjusts approximately every 2 weeks. If more miners join the network, and the rate at which blocks are created increases, the difficulty level goes up. If miners leave and the block creation rate slows down, the difficulty level drops. This ensures that the time it takes to create a new block remains roughly at 10 minutes. So that, in a nutshell, is how Bitcoin mining works. But why is it so important? You might wonder, why go through all this trouble? Well, let's dive into the importance of Bitcoin mining. It plays a pivotal role in the world of cryptocurrencies, and here's why. Firstly, Bitcoin mining is the backbone of the Bitcoin network's security. It's like the guard standing watch over the castle, ensuring that transactions are legitimate and preventing fraud. Every time a miner successfully mines a block, They help to verify transactions and keep the Bitcoin network trustworthy. It's a self-sustaining system where miners are incentivized to keep the network secure because they receive rewards in the form of new Bitcoins and transaction fees. Secondly, Bitcoin mining contributes to the decentralization of the Bitcoin network. In a world where centralization and control by a few entities are common, Bitcoin breaks the mold. It's a system where no single entity has control, and this is largely due to mining. Miners are spread all around the world, and anyone with the right equipment can become one. This decentralization is a significant factor in making Bitcoin resilient to censorship and regulation. Finally, Bitcoin mining is the only way to generate new Bitcoins. Unlike traditional currencies that central banks can print more of, Bitcoin has a finite supply of 21 million coins. The only way to bring these coins into circulation is through mining. This scarcity and predictable supply make Bitcoin a deflationary currency, which some believe could be a hedge against inflation. Now, it's important to note that Bitcoin mining has its critics, particularly because of its energy consumption. But remember, every system has its costs. The traditional banking system and even the gold mining industry consume significant resources too. In conclusion, Bitcoin mining is the heartbeat of the Bitcoin network. It keeps it secure, contributes to its decentralization, and is the mechanism for generating new Bitcoins. So, despite its energy consumption, Bitcoin mining remains a crucial process in the world of cryptocurrencies. So there you have it, the process of Bitcoin mining explained in simple terms. We've uncovered the shocking reality of this digital gold rush, delved into the nuts and bolts of how it works, and underscored its pivotal role in fostering a decentralized financial landscape. So whether you're just dipping your toes or you're knee-deep in the crypto world, it's clear. Mining is more than just a buzzword. Remember, every Bitcoin mined is a step towards a more decentralized financial future. Until next time, keep exploring, keep